If technology's working, we're live. Hey, it is the 25th day of June, the year 2022, the latest it has ever been
in the history of mankind.
Hey, that's working. I'm Greg. He's Tom. It's your Saturday morning Stateline show. And this morning, I'm live. Can you see this behind me? We are at Starlight Theater on the campus of Rock Valley College. And it is an INCROWD week, so we've got some INCROWD stuff to catch you up on. There's a whole lot of stuff I would love to catch you up on that I can't because I got to be at this rehearsal. So I'm going to turn things over to Tom here in just a quick minute. But before I do, Tom, I just wanted to give everybody a little heads up before our crew warming up out here. I did get a chance to go to Mexico and celebrate my son Kenny's wedding. Kenny and Brittany got married on June 7th down in Cancun. Had an awesome week down there, vacationing and celebrating with them. And then last week, had fully intended to do a full show, and then I got sick, and it was not going to happen. So feeling better this week and needing to get over to this rehearsal. So next week, we'll spend a lot more time, catching up on stuff. But this week, Tom, it's you, and I'm waiting for John Berlin to check in from INCROWD. We got Matt standing by also from CARZ, who's hosting INCROWD this week, and still waiting to hear from Joann. So I'll keep a monitor on the feed. But for now, buddy, I'll turn things over to you and Matt. How does that sound?
Well, that sounds good. All right, Greg, have a good show or a rehearsal or whatever it is.
All right.
All right, Matt, good morning. For purposes of the show, go ahead and introduce yourself fully and tell us what you do.
Yep, I'm Matt Aukus. I own CARZ in Park right at southwest corner of 173 and 251. We do full automotive repair, maintenance, tires, sell a handful of cars here. That's another topic for discussion in the car market, but it's been venture. We're 13 and a half years in business and got 10 staff, got a new staff member starting right after the fourth weekend. Things are busier than ever, honestly. It's a good market and we enjoy it. So yeah, great times.
Well, that is so cool. You mentioned 13 years in business, I think you said. I remember when you guys first started, you were on the opposite side of the street, and there was a little bit of a strip mall there. There was a 3B's Cafe, which was outstanding, and you guys. And then all of a sudden, that spot opened up across the street. I think it was an empty lot, or they tore something down, and you moved over there.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy because the guy who sold it actually knew that it was getting knocked down because that was widening of the road. He had asked for an early buyout, so we kind of got a little bit stuck there. Building was coming down, and we found out about it a year and a half into business. So then we ended up having to move to a temporary shop while the new place was built. So it was rough. I mean, we were this close to being out of business. But as they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And
that's right.
Through it, and discovered ways to grow the company and do things, honestly, in my opinion, the right way. I think automotive is important to be transparent, and we offer that.
Well, that's awesome. So this will be your second time in the INCROWD, correct?
Actually three, but the first years ago, before the pandemic and everything kind of shut down, and then we hosted again last. And I know before, there was a 2-3 year waiting list until the pandemic. So, we kind of were able to get a second visit in a year here. So that's awesome. And not so good weather this week. It looks like we got some nice sun and we got a big parking lot, lots of space out there. So looking forward to having a lot of people.
That is so cool. Now, I think I asked you, it was about 3 years ago, whenever the first time you did it. Did you have to pay for rights for toys or for CARZ R Us, like Toys R Us? I think I remember.
Don't tell anybody.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Forget the last 30 seconds existed.
Right. Let's wipe that out. No, being that it's a different first name, nobody's ever said anything, and Toys R Us not being in business anymore, maybe that helped us out from
death. But, all right, bad question. I won't ask it again, I promise. Good morning, Mr. John Berlin.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. It's kind of funny. When Greg first got on, he was in his car, just like you are so many mornings. And I said, well, you're doing your best impression of John Berlin this morning, aren't you? Then he's looking down at the camera, looking up at the road, looking down at the camera, looking up at the road. So, where are you off to? Oh, you don't have to tell us. You're just off to. You're probably up in Wisconsin, aren't you?
I was going to say, you know where I'm at.
Yeah. Anyway, good morning, John. Hey, before we get into the meat and potatoes of Cars R Us, why don't you give us another briefing of what the INCROWD really is?
I'd be more than happy to, Tom. Again, thanks for hosting everything, and appreciate all that you and Greg do to help promote the INCROWD and what we've been doing for many years now. But the INCROWD was actually started to help promote small businesses, and I think we've done a phenomenal job over the last 14 years of being able to do that. And what we do is basically we're the largest free networking group in the Rockford region. And I stress the Rockford region because, we go as far west as Poplar Grove, Cape Breton area, east, all the way out west to, oh God, I'm drawing a blank now, but, past Rockford and everything. And then we've been down as far south as New Milford and Davis Junction and that. So, but what we do is we want to make sure that, we have every available person who's a small business owner, salesperson, out promoting the business world, being able to network once a month. We always take the last Thursday of the month, January through October, and be able to promote your business and get around to the area. And obviously this month we're going to be over by Matt and the phenomenal job his team does over at Cars R Us.
The beauty of this whole thing is there's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of hard work, and you and your staff do a great job. But it's not a struggle to get people there. It's not a struggle to get places because you're booked up a year in advance. That's phenomenal. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, we're through this year, Tom, and starting to book into next year now. The great thing is people see the benefit of what's going on. And even through COVID, we had some people saying, when are we going to be able to do things? And, we're fortunate, one of the few that were able to survive doing that in the networking world.
All right. So give us the time for the event. I know it starts at 5:30, right?
We start at 5:30. We used to advertise 7:30 was when we ended. That never happened. So I stretched it out to 8:30, and that still doesn't happen.
Yeah.
John, that's past my bedtime, man.
You'll be okay, Matt. I promise. You've got a cot in your office, so don't worry about it.
That's all right. Bring a pillow, buddy. Bring a pillow. All right. So Matt, tell us exactly. We know it's a car place and all of that, but I'm sure that you do a whole lot more than just tire rotations and everything else. Give us a good rundown of what you guys do.
Yeah, so good question, Tom. We do pretty much anything you could think of. We do larger fleets up to box trucks, things like that. So, some companies, we've just started working with a new fleet recently that they were struggling with the recommendations. They were having tow-ins, they were having breakdowns, things that for their company were huge, and they were, super inconvenient. Then they've got drivers out, they go across the country, So we took over their fleet. We've been able to minimize those issues. And I think the big thing that Cars R Us does is we offer a really quality inspection with it being visual. So we take a digital inspection and we have our technicians, they actually walk around with tablets as they're inspecting the vehicle. So they go around, they're checking. If they see a tire that's low on tread, they're taking a picture. If they see brake pads that are low, they're taking a picture. Fluid leaking, they're taking a picture. So everything that goes into that inspection, then the service advisor makes notes on it, explains what it is, and then prices out everything that is on the vehicle. Maintenance, maybe it's time for your 60,000 service, and then the repairs and the items that the technician recommends based on the visual inspection. And then they put all that together in a transparent text message or email. So you get that, and you open it up on your phone and it's everything. You can see everything, you understand it, it makes sense, it's comprehensive, it's transparent. It just makes it easy. And that was one of my goals having taught I've been ripped off in automotive. Like I've been where, oh yeah, the wheel bearing was in backwards. Well, you can't put those wheel bearings in backwards. So they just and it should have been under warranty. It wasn't. So stuff like that really, that's been 20 years and it still sticks with me, right? Because when you feel taken advantage of, that is something that nobody wants, right? So our goal is to make sure no one feels that way. And that digital inspection and the way our service advisors communicate everything and the techs present it in their inspections, it's awesome. It just really gives a home feel. We're small, we're local, and you can tell by the way we treat everybody.
When you hear the mechanic say, "Hey Bob, bring me a left-handed wrench," you know there's a problem here.
Exactly.
Or hey, you're low on blinker fluid. I saw this thing on YouTube. It was TikTok, which runs through YouTube, and this girl, the guy thinks he's being funny, sends his wife into the auto parts store for blinker fluid, and she's like, "Okay, no problem." So she comes back with a thing of blinker fluid. He says, "Oh yeah, it was on the shelf, and here's your blinker fluid." He's like, "What? It was a double scam." I loved it. You've been in business for 13 years. That doesn't happen by accident. So obviously, repeat business is important. So customer service is your thing as well, right?
Yeah, and I mean, our ratings right now, we're at a 4.8 on Google, I think, and a 4.7 on Facebook, and
that's really good.
We stand behind what we need to stand behind too. You know, I think a warranty, you know, if you've ever watched what's the movie with Dan Aykroyd and right, with the warranty, you know,
yes.
And
it's oh crap, is it the fat man in a little coat?
Yep,
David Spade.
Yep, like that's the truth of a
Tommy
warranty.
Tommy Boy.
Yep, it's only as good as you stand behind it, you know. And
yeah, that's right.
Breaks it premature and it's within our warranty period, or if it's something, you know, our guys are human, right? They make mistakes. I mean, we all do. So if something breaks and it's on our dime, we take care of it. We don't try to bury it. We don't try to hide it, you know. And I think our customers feel that approach. You know, our advisors are really friendly. I do. Honestly, this is something that I still am very passionate about. I call every new customer after they're in and I do a thank you call. And I think I don't have to do that. It's time out of my day, but I love doing it because when new customers come in, I want them to feel like they're a part of our family. And that's what family environment, family owned and operated is supposed to be about. And the INCROWD, John A., first, thank you for what you do, because this is something that the community needs. And when we get together at networking events, like, you know, John's down in New Milford, you know, something like that, somebody owns a business in Belvedere, they're not going to drive 30 minutes to CARZ Rust. But what they know is they know people up in our area, right? And as we build those networks, we're able to get to know people in other areas that may be close to our business, and we're able to help find, because the best thing you could do is give somebody else a referral of someone you trust, right? I mean, that's where they're looking for someone that they need, and you pass that along. And that's what the INCROWD brings, is that network of businesses that, I mean, through the pandemic, we found out how hard it is to own a business and make it through ups and downs, right? I mean, a lot of businesses didn't make it through it, and we need to support each other.
Well, the interesting thing is the reason that Greg and I do this show is because we're furloughed from the radio station. That's a whole different can of worms. And this is why we do the show, because we were victims of the pandemic, which is, you know, call it what you want. But I also have a DJ business, and like every radio guy does. And that took a hit as well, which was fine. I needed a break anyway. But now things are starting to come back. They're starting to really bounce back. And now I'm more busy than I've been in 5 years.
Yep.
Because the weddings that got canceled 2 years ago are now starting to come. And my good friend Roger, who we worked with at the radio station, I call him my dealer because he's constantly calling me. Good morning, Joann. He's constantly calling me with another DJ gig. Tommy, I got another DJ gig for you. No, I can't handle anymore, buddy. And then, of course, Roger's the ultimate salesman. He's like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. It's 2 hours. It's $200. You can do it. That was the last one I did at Sand Park Pool. It was a couple hours playing music, swimming pool, grand opening. Why not? So I did it. Man, I can tell you have a teaching background because the whole idea behind follow-up and everything else, those are teaching moments, and that is so good. That is so good. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah. One shout out to the Kid Spot. We just started a partnership with them. They're down on 173. They got a dance studio. They got tumbling, cheer, daycare, activities in the day for kids in the summer. And one of our goals, we kind of philosophies marketing wise, like you said, you left the radio station. Some of those things happen for a reason. I think, you don't always know it at the time, but our marketing, we've shifted away from those big, and we're trying to create local partnerships, because if we put our dollars into supporting kids, like we were able to donate, and they had kids that were able to go to Florida for their national competition. It wouldn't have gone had we not been there. And, by doing stuff like that, in turn, their staff, their parents want to come, but we're doing it because we want to help them. And those kind of partnerships, to me, that's what small business is also about, like creating these little partnerships, and how do we support each other to make our businesses grow. And instead of throwing the marketing dollars into TV, we give that to them, and they're able to use it to support their kids. And, like you said, my background teaching, that I want to support kids. One big thing that I love is helping the kids have activities, have things to be able to do. And if they can't afford, let's help provide, because that's, to me, where it starts to keep them in a good position in life, not on the streets doing things they shouldn't be doing.
Oh, absolutely. What's really interesting about what you just said is word of mouth. Word of mouth is your best advertising. It can be dangerous too, but it's your best advertising. And I know that just from my DJ business. People call me all the time. I don't advertise. I don't want to advertise. I got more than enough business. So that is so very important. So John, tell us a little more about INCROWD and what's upcoming or anything like that.
Well, I want to spin off of something Matt said for a second before we jump into that.
All right, sounds good.
When I posted the event about 45 minutes ago on Facebook, one of the things that I touched on is small businesses are the lifeline of America, and we need to remember that 92% of the businesses out in the United States are 20 employees or less. And yet, through the pandemic, they're the ones who caught the worst end of everything because they didn't get the help, didn't get the assistance. Some I own 4 businesses, and not a one of them got any assistance. But yet, through being wise about stuff, we were able to survive, and we're stronger than we've ever been before. So it's I appreciate what you're saying too, Tom. With you survived it. You're busy, and busier than you were before the pandemic. So
yeah,
I appreciate every single small business. And even though I'm up here in Wisconsin and actually sitting in Boston right now, we do everything through small businesses. Yeah, and that's what we all got to remember: is the small businesses are always going to be the lifeline. And that's why I'm still passionate about doing stuff with the INCROWD. It's we go to all the small businesses, some new, some that have been around for a while. Next month we've got something we've never done before, and I'm not going to tell you about it. You'll have to be at CARZ or Us on Thursday night to find out about it. But it's something I've been working on for a few months, and my own significant other doesn't know what's going on. Frank keeps asking me, he's like, "You're going to have to be there Thursday to find out," because I'm not telling anybody.
Wow.
So it's going to be a lot of fun, and something that we've never done through the INCROWD in 14 years. And again, it's all community based, and it's a local small business that went through a lot of hard times, but is starting to come back and does a lot for the community. So, and that's the whole thing. And, Matt was just talking about it. How he started at, co-op with Kid Spot, and I think we need to do more of that. I don't care what part of the Rockford region you're in. It's just, reach out to a small business owner and see what you can do to help them out.
So for those of you wondering where CARZ or Us is, I know, Matt, you said it. It's on 173. If you're there near, it's the Northwest Bank, right? It's just kind of down from the Northwest Bank, right there on the corner of North 2nd and 173 or Latham Road. Yep. And that's where it is. You just go a little bit west, and it's right there on the corner. You cannot miss it. A lot of trucks out there, some tires, a big sign, CARZ or Us. It's a really nice place. I hear nothing but good about it. And of course, your 4.5-star rating proves that. And here's the thing about people with ratings. People are just too busy to sit there at their computer and say, wow, I really like this place. They really did a nice job. They mean it when they do it. I don't think you're handing them a $20 bill to go put a nice review on there.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy. It'd be bad business if you did that. You'd go broke.
Yeah, people only review if they have either a really good, right? Yeah, we're gonna be grilling out on Thursday, so we got brats, hamburgers, and my bag. If anybody wants to lose it some bags, they can come on over and play that too.
I'll see now. That's my game, and as John knows, on Thursdays because I am up in Beloit on Thursdays at 6 o'clock. So that's sad because I've gone to a couple of events and I love it, and I'm really good at bags. I would love to challenge you with bags, buddy. I love it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know, Matt. It sounds like all talk to me. So.
All right, so Matt, I got to ask you one question here before we let you go. Of course, you're welcome to stick around all you want, but I noticed you're wearing a Cub shirt. I hate to say this, I'm the biggest Cub fan in the world, but I am boycotting the Cubs.
They're
I won't
terrible.
wear my Cub stuff. Well, I'm mad. It's not even. I can handle that. I've been a Packer fan all these years. Of course, now this is before the Brett Favre era when they were really bad and the Bears were beating them up left, right, and center throughout the 80s and throughout the 70s. Everybody else was beating them up. So I grew up with a bad team. And then, of course, the Cubs had a bad century. So whatever. But now you got a team that comes in, and in 2016, we win it all. And Joe Buck said it right. The Cubs have won the World Series. Unbelievable. Greatest day ever. But the Ricketts then basically crapped the bed. I don't know what you're doing. You're getting rid of everybody. You got billions of dollars. There is no salary cap in baseball. And tickets are at an all-time high. Beers are $3,000 a beer. I mean, come on. How much is enough? Put together a good team. I don't want to see them getting beat 14-5 when they're up 5-0. So I'm boycotting the Cubs. What say you?
Going to a game this year.
Obviously not, because he has a T-shirt on.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going to work. A workout T-shirt.
Yeah. If you got some grease on the end of it, I see that. Yeah. You're using it to work on cars. There you go.
Exactly. Get it all dirty, right?
Well, you know, like I said, I'm really mad. But the main reason I'm so mad is the Marquee Network. I can't get the Marquee Network. We were trying to get it. This is about 2 years ago. And everything I tried to do, you got to have this. Well, you got to have that. It's going to cost you $90. I didn't have a problem paying the money. That wasn't it. But it just like I had to download this along with that. And then I had Sling. I didn't have Direct. I didn't have satellite. I didn't have cable. It wouldn't work with Sling. I had to download something else. It just became a mess. And then here's the straw that broke the camel's back. The Cubs were on ESPN. It was a Monday night. They were doing a Monday night game. My buddy calls and says, hey, you can watch the Cubs. I tuned it in, and it was blacked out in my area. That was it. I'm done. That's about 2 years ago. So I haven't actually seen a Cub game in 3 years. I've heard him on the radio. Pat Hughes is wonderful, but I haven't actually seen a Cub game in 3 years. So,
Tom, you're not missing.
No. Oh, I keep up on him because I see him on Sports Center and I see it. You know, whatever. Well, the Cubs lost another one, 13-5 and 8-1 and 6-0. Oh my God, it's awful. I think David Ross needs to go. Joe Girardi's out there and available. I want Joe.
There you go.
I want Joe. All right. Like I said, you guys are welcome to stick around as long as you want. John, I don't know if you want to stick around. Matt, stick around. But any last words, John, before we move on to either a different subject or whatever?
I was going to say the Tom rant has happened.
Yeah, the Tom rant has happened. Yes.
It's always something. So I was just curious what it was going to be today. So, you know, but I agree with you guys on the Cubs. It's, you know, but we'll move on from that conversation. We can beat that one to death. But no, I appreciate you guys, you know, for all that you do for the INCROWD and not even just the INCROWD, but for all the nonprofits, you know, in the Rockford region and everything that you're able to do to help promote them and that. And as far as the INCROWD, you know, hey, we've only got 2 requirements. And, you know, that show up with a smile and bring a card. Aside of that, No, we have no requirements, and it's an open door policy. Come and go as you please, and we hope you come, but don't leave until after 8:30. So, but look forward to seeing everybody there on Thursday.
All right, sounds
Right
good.
now. Thanks, John. Thanks, Tom.
All right, man. Have a good
Appreciate
day.
it.
You guys
All
too.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
John, you sticking around or what?
Yeah, I'll stick around.
Okay, excellent. Joann, how are you?
Yes, I'm
There
fine.
There will be no big number for the week, so
Is Greg not going to be on today?
no, I don't believe he is. I think he's going to be doing his thing. He might check back in a little bit here and there, but I don't think he's prepared a big number. I don't even have anything prepared. Like, for example, I wasn't sure what we were going to do, how we
We're
were
just
going to do
going
it.
to randomly talk.
We are just going to randomly talk. That's right. We are going to randomly talk.
We should have had a donut or something to
Yeah, we
randomly
should have.
talk.
You know what we should have done? We should have met at a breakfast place. That would have been cool. That would
There's
have
one
been
In the
right down the
rain.
street, Tom.
Yeah, there is.
We're not all in the same area.
Yeah, we're not in Wisconsin, so you got a boat up there and a log cabin and everything, John?
No, actually, what I did is back in 2018, I came up to visit a friend of mine, and he's at Sandstone Recreational Park right on Castle Rock Lake, and right next door to him the day before, the place went up for sale, and I'd left owning a place up here. So,
Oh wow.
it's we got a great community up here, and I love it up here. It's I could spend all summer here and not think twice about it. The winters, that's a whole nother story. I do not like the cold and the snow anymore. So,
I missed where you are. I'm sorry.
I'm just north of Mauston, Joann, up at Sandstone Recreational Park.
Okay.
We're on the south end of Castle Rock Lake.
Yeah, you're a Wisconsinite, aren't you, Joann?
Yes, I'm from central Wisconsin originally, but I have no idea where you're talking about. So,
What's
sorry.
the nearest big city?
We're 25 minutes north of the Dells.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That is
I know
a
the
ways up there.
Dells.
It's about
Yeah.
2 hours,
Yeah.
a little bit more than that, 2.5 hours at least.
Oh, from my
I'm
house,
from
it's 2 hours.
I'm from near the Green Bay area.
Okay.
Now,
I've got a cousin that lives up there.
all right, John, you said the magic word cold. I do not like the cold. I can handle it, but I can't handle blistery, 10 degrees with 20-mile-an-hour winds, 10 below wind chill factor. I can't handle that. I just can't. Otherwise, I would live in Wisconsin. I love Wisconsin. I like the taxes better. I like everything better about Wisconsin. Gas prices are still under $5. I go up there for trivia on Thursday nights and I pay $4.79 a gallon, which if that excites me, then that's really bad. When it's $4.79 a gallon and you get excited, you drive out of your way to pay $4.79. That's something wrong here. But Pritzker's got to get his in Illinois, I guess. So I would live up there, but were it not for the cold. Now I got a buddy. Him and his wife just went down to Florida about 3 months ago. They came back in. Well, no, it was just about a month and a half ago. They came back in early May. And they bought a place down there, but it's in a community. It's in a retirement community, so they cannot rent it out. So for 6 months, 8 months out of the year, it's going to sit empty. You can't do anything. You could probably have Uncle Bob stay there, but maybe not. I don't know. And I was going to say, you must really hate the cold if you're going to do that and spend that kind of money. I would love to do it. I would love to do it. I would go to Florida for January, February, March, and April every year if I could. Not December. I want Christmas here, but I would do that in a heartbeat. But I don't have the funds necessary.
I said, I'm with you on that, Tom. I've got a buddy of mine who 2 years ago, October 2020, bought a place down in Cape Coral, and within 30 days had it rented out for 3 months, and his mortgage was paid for the whole year.
Wow.
And, he goes down there. Matter of fact, he just got back a couple days ago. He goes down there about once every 6-8 weeks because it doesn't really get rented out during the summertime because it's, hot and muggy. And,
Yeah.
But wintertime and spring and fall, yeah, he's constantly got somebody in there. And And the crazy thing is we know how property values have gone over the last year and a half, and his property went up almost 35% just in a year.
Does he have someone who maintains it though? Because I would think between renters you would have to get it cleaned.
Oh, he actually goes down and cleans it himself, and if he can't get down there, he's got some friends that are down there that'll go in and do it.
Yeah, because grass grows year round. Right, grass grows year round down in Florida, so you got to mow it.
And I'm just thinking when a renter leaves, there's usually something you can't really expect the next renter to come in. So that's all I was asking. But he goes down himself and cleans it up.
Yep. Yeah, he goes down himself, gets it done, and gets it all ready, and makes whatever repairs he needs to make, and moves on from there. So, and he's had very good luck with getting it rented, and very minimal advertising doing it.
If I could have one piece of advice for anybody 20, 25, 30, I would say get your education early if that's your thing. You don't need education. There are a lot of smart people out there with very little formal education. It's fine. But the point being, move forward, make some money, be able to enjoy life when you're 50, 55, 60, rather than working your butt off until you're God knows what age, 65 or 70, and then finally retiring and then being too tired to do anything. What my dream has always been, and I'm not going to achieve it, I'm good. Life is good for me. It's fine. But I would love to have that summer home or that winter, summer home, maybe up north, winter home down south where it's nice and warm. I'm tired of the cold. So that's my advice to anybody out there. That's my advice. So, Joann,
it's funny you bring that.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, John.
I was going to say, real quick, it's funny you bring that up. I had a young man in my office 2 weeks ago, 24 years old. Same mentality of what you're talking about. He's got 3 rental properties, and then he wants to join me in the insurance industry because he wants to be retired no later than 40.
I want that puppy.
Wow. That's good. That is good. And I love that plan. One of my best friends, his brother-in-law joined the Navy when he was 18, 19, something like that, had 20 years in the Navy as a boiler tech, and has a pension with, he's set for life with that alone. 20-year Navy vet, boiler tech, some education. And then at the age of probably 40, he went to Chrysler and got a job as a boiler tech, making triple time on holidays, which is about $45-50 an hour, if not more. It's probably more than that. It's probably about $80 an hour. Yeah, it is. So he's making probably, because I think he makes like 38, 39, $40 an hour. So it's probably $100, $120 an hour. And now he just retired from there. He has 2 20-year pensions. That is the way you do it, folks. That is the way you do it.
Yep.
Oh, look at the puppy. Hey, Joann, are we going to take a tour today?
Oh, I just wanted to cuddle the puppy.
No, that's okay. That's all right. Anytime you want to do a tour. Yeah, that's a beautiful dog. Who is it?
Do you want to look at the radio?
Hi, Pops. Hi, Puppy. Oh, my God. Looks like my dog. Knox.
You smell stinky, too. This is Teddy.
Teddy. He fits the theme here.
Maybe that's your what is it called? Your thing that you need to adopt him because his name is Teddy.
That's right. Absolutely. I could use another dog. Why not?
He's a little scared. He just came in from a transport, but I just needed a puppy cuddle. I'm sorry, I broke into your conversation.
No. You're fine. You're part of this. It's all good. It's all good.
What kind of dog is Teddy?
I don't think they told me.
He looks like he might have. He kind of looks like my dog Knox. You've seen my dog, right, Joann?
He doesn't have very big paws, so I don't think he's going to be very big.
Yeah.
But we're always surprised. They'll list a breed of a dog, and he'll come in and he'll totally not be that breed.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what John is going all around with his.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
I don't know. I just sold property in Wisconsin not too long ago, so I don't own anymore. But I always felt there's so many rentals. Why own when you can rent? I don't know. That's just what I feel.
Well, other than you're paying someone else's mortgage, but I get it, especially if you're at an age where what are you going to do? You're going to die before it gets paid off anyway. Why not rent? And as long as you can afford it. So that's not a problem.
Well, we've rented some really beautiful condos on vacations and, get to go to a lot of different places rather than being stuck to go to one place. So
hey,
just
John,
saying.
Hey, John, I have a question for you. You spent so much time in Wisconsin. Any chance you're going to become a Packer fan one of these days?
I'm sorry. Did you suddenly start drinking?
I guess
there's coffee in here. Well, I'm going to tell you a funny story. Go ahead.
I'll become a Packer fan as soon as you become a Bear fan.
Oh, that'll never happen. Did you start drinking? Okay, so here's a funny story. Dean Lowry, the Packers defensive tackle, outstanding defensive tackle. And by the way, a great kid. I mean, he is one of the nicest kids you will ever meet. I call him a kid. He's a grown man. He's 27 years old, whatever. His dad, John, is very nice as well. I love John. I love the family. I've known them since Dean was 8 years old because my son and his son played football together, along with Fred VanVleet from the Toronto Raptors. They were all on the same team. Anyway, John and I were on the sidelines at a Boiling game because I was covering it with the radio station. John was running the chains. And I said, John, I know you've been a lifelong Bear fan. Now you're obviously a Packer fan, right? He goes, oh, absolutely. I said, now let's just say, and Dean had been probably 2 years with the Packers at this time. And this was about 3 or 4 years ago. And John and I said, what are the chances that you would ever go back to being a Bear fan, just out of curiosity? And he says, the Packers have treated Dean so well. There's almost no chance that we'll ever go back to being Bear fans. We're Packer fans for life. And if that's the way I took it. I don't know if those are exact words, but I thought that was kind of interesting. And it makes sense. It makes absolute sense. They've been pretty good to Dean. Dean's a good player. He's a very good player. I hope he has a 10-year career with the Packers. I hope he does something very significant and gets his name in the Packer Hall of Fame. That would be absolutely wonderful. Oh, and a Super Bowl ring to boot. Let's do that. Why not? I just thought that was a funny story.
And here's the thing. You can still be, because your kid's playing there, you can still be a fan there, but also be a fan of where your roots have always been. And, it's like, everybody gives me grief. Yes, I'm a diehard Cub fan, but I'm also a Chicago fan. Yes, I will admit in 2005, as much as it pains me, I did root for the Sox to win the World Series.
I did too, because I'm not one of those Sox haters. Okay, so here's the difference. If you grew up in the Chicago area and you were a bona fide Sox fan back in the day, you're going to, or for that matter, if you were a North Sider for that, all those years, you're going to have that allegiance to that particular team. If you're in Rockford, if you're in wherever, your surrounding area, and you don't fall into that Cub hatred, Sox hatred, then you're probably going to root for one or the other. I don't have that animosity towards the Sox. I just don't care for Sox fans. They're a lot like Cardinal fans, and Cardinal fans are, I hope I'm not offending any Cardinal fans. Well, I don't care. They're just such homers. They can do no wrong. Your team could be, 14 games under 500, and you're like, oh, we're still going to win the division. No, you're not. There's 30 games left in the season. You're not going to win the division. So go away.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nope, I agree with you on that one. And I think the Cardinal fans are, in my opinion, out of the Midwest teams, probably one of the worst sets of fans that I've dealt with. Next to the Sox fans. Some of the Sox fans are just horrid.
Well, the Sox fans, they have that, what do we call it, Napoleon syndrome? They're like the little brother or the little redheaded stepchild or whatever. It's like they always think they have to prove themselves. You don't have to prove yourselves to me. I don't care. You're in the American League. You're insignificant to me. I don't care. I will root for you. If you're in the playoffs, I will root for you. I did in 2005. I was ecstatic They beat I think Houston. Houston was still in the National League at the time.
Yep.
So they beat Houston 4-0. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And it was, I was ecstatic. I was happy. I was excited. You had a good run there with, the Bulls coming off their 6 championships. Blackhawks had 3 coming up. We didn't know that at the time. The Cubs won in 2016. I mean, it's been good. It's been really good for Chicago sports over the last 20 years or so. So,
no doubt, no doubt.
Current notwithstanding, yeah. I don't like Tony La Russa, but I think he's a pretty good coach.
I think the end of this year he's done.
Oh, I'm sure he is, if not before. If they have some sort of a meltdown in July or August, I think they may even get rid of him earlier than that, because I think it was a mistake.
I don't see Ryan to bring him back. I don't see Ryan.
You're probably right about that. Yeah, you're probably right about that, but definitely at the end of the year. So, Joann, go ahead. Yes. Go ahead, John.
What?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Joann, every year you and I get the opportunity once or twice a year to talk about pets. There's something that's always on my mind. Wintertime, when people leave their dogs outside when it's ice cold, and summertime when these idiots, and I mean that with a capital I, if you leave your dog in a car, you are an idiot. You're a bona fide moron. And you ought to have the cops called on you.
I don't understand how, like, my dogs don't go anywhere unless it's to the vet, or if I'm going to Bauman Park to go for a walk, then we go home. I do not go to any stores or anywhere with my dogs. And I have 4. So the only time recently I had to take the dogs to the vet. You go to the vet, you go home.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, don't start now. I sound like Tom with ranting. When you take your dog for a walk, put your hand on the pavement.
Yeah.
Remember that the pavement gets very, very, very hot. So these people who take their dogs to, I don't know, the only word that comes to my mind is old settlers saying, I know you don't take your dogs there, but to neighborhood events, and it's 100 degrees. Yeah. The pavement, there's a chart of how hot the pavement is. If you can't walk on the grass, don't take your dogs anywhere. I walk my dog before 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and also don't forget your little poopy bags either, because
okay.
Horrible.
But I don't understand. It's been in the news why people take their dogs out and then go to a restaurant, go to shopping and leave their dogs. Your dog it gets over 100 degrees or higher in 5 minutes in your car. Your car is like putting their dogs in an oven.
I know. You could cook an egg in your car. Put it on like a little pan. Cook an egg.
I mean, think of when you are shopping and you get back into your car, how hot your car is.
Mm-hmm. Here's the funny thing. You don't go to the grocery store and buy frozen food, meat, produce, whatever, and then go to another place, and then go to another place and run all your errands.
Yeah, you go right home.
I got to get my food home. I got frozen food in the car. Well, think of your dog as like a frozen TV dinner or something like it. Get them home in the AC, then go back out. It just drives me nuts.
Or don't take them out when the weather is this hot. Leave them home.
I mean, like if you went to the vet or something like that. I don't take my dogs anywhere in this weather either. I'm saying if you took them to the vet, don't stop at the grocery store on the way home is what I'm saying.
No.
Or anywhere else. So, yeah, anybody, I love to see a dog with his head out the window in the middle of summer. I love that. I think it's so cool and so cute. But at the same time, that better be all it is a car ride.
Yeah.
Are you ready for a tour or not?
Yeah, I'm going to have to put Teddy back in his.
Aw, maybe you bring Teddy with you. He can be your tour guide.
I don't think I can hold my, I always forget how to do this
I could adopt him and I could name him Teddy Bear.
Teddy Bear. My son
bear.
has a. Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Okay.
I was walking out of G5 the other night. G5 is where I do my trivia on Thursday nights. And some young girl comes in, and I mean young, 10, 12 years old, with her mom, and she's carrying a little dog teddy bear, stuffed. Every stuffed animal is a teddy bear to me. And I said, "Oh, I love your teddy bear." And she stops, and puts her hand on her hip, and goes, "It's a dog." That was kind of funny. Like,
now
whoa,
these
sorry,
look like,
kid.
I don't know what, I'm sorry, they look like greyhounds to me.
Really? Yeah, I guess.
They're very tall, and I'll have to ask what they are. We brought in 4 dogs today. So these are 3 of them, and then the 4th one is Teddy.
So where'd they come from?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Before you said that, I was going to say Arkansas. Why is it that we get so many dogs from Arkansas? What happens? Do they not have any vet clinics down there to spay and neuter, or what?
Look at this cat. Hi, I'm welcome. It's kind of, the feeling in the South is a little bit different with spaying and neutering. And a lot of people just let their dogs have puppies and then dump them. So a lot of these dogs are in kill shelters and people don't pay to get their animals spayed and neutered. So that's the,
well, if I can get somewhat political for just a second, we hand out link cards to people, and I know they need them. I'm not making a statement that they don't need them. I know they need them,
but I don't think I think it's the mentality.
Well, okay,
the mentality down there is different about spaying and neutering their animals.
I get what you're saying, but maybe some of it, and you could probably curb some of this if you offered up free spaying and neutering, because it's the alternative. You don't think so? I think it would help a little bit, but maybe not.
Here's the mommy kitty with 4 babies.
Nice.
Beautiful cat. Yeah. I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah,
here's
Tom,
Lisa.
I've got a friend down in South Texas.
I can't get the kittens.
Yeah. The other thing too is
Yeah.
the other thing too that I'm not a fan of is declawing, and I understand people do it when they got indoor cats. They don't want the furniture ruined or whatever, but boy, oh boy, that's the cat's defense mechanism, you know.
Declawing is outlawed in many states now.
Yeah, I wish it would be outlawed in Illinois.
It's like taking your fingers off at the knuckle.
Yeah.
Look at all this. Is that the mama cat? So you're getting Lisa. There's Lisa, who's our shelter manager.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
She's playing with kittens. The joy of our job, right?
Good work.
Are these you that just came in?
Yeah, they just got here, so I'm weighing them and checking their ears and their eyes and all that good stuff.
What a bunch of beautiful kittens. How many are there? 6?
There's 3 boys, the orange tabbies, and 2 Torby females.
The oranges are beautiful.
Yeah.
They're
Well, Mama's a flame point, so they get it from their mama.
Did she come from Arkansas?
Yes.
Okay. Here's closer of Mama.
She's got a silver girl. Huh, baby. Yeah.
Oh, she's beautiful cats. I can't hook you again.
Joann, before we wrap this up, remind me, I have to ask you about my friend's cats.
Which cat? Oh, not here?
Friend of mine. No. A friend of mine has 2 cats. I got to ask you a question about them. I just didn't want to forget. So I wrote it down and I threw it out there for you.
Okay. So I could go on forever. We've got Frankie French Toast. I don't know. Frankie French Toast and Wally Waffles.
Wow.
Those are adorable names.
Yeah.
Frankie French Toast. God, we've got a lot of cats right now. Here's a couple of black kittens.
Oh, my absolute favorite cat of all, my favorite animal of all is my Barney, who is a black cat with a little bit of white tuft of fur. He's just so adorable. He lays up on me and he claws me to death.
Yeah, a lot
and
of
it's like,
sleeping kitties today. Here's a couple of, our cat, and now I can't think of her name, that had the surgery, got adopted.
oh, okay.
Heidi. She waited a long time, but she got a really nice home.
She was the one with the back leg. They had surgery on the
and
back
had
leg. Is that right?
surgery. So if you want to see kittens, we've got them.
Yeah.
All right. I think that about does it.
All right. Waiting for you to come back to Earth. Hit that little button right there. There you go. All right, Joann, question for you.
Quicker.
I have a friend that I've known for a number of years. I kind of met her through trivia. She has 2 cats. I'm not asking you to adopt them. She has 2 cats. She does not know what to do with them for about 2 to 3 weeks. She's staying in a hotel. Her and her boyfriend are staying in a hotel.
Airport Pet Lodge does board cats.
Okay.
Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm grabbing my other sheet of paper. No, I heard you.
Airport Pet Lodge does board cats.
Okay.
I don't know anyone else. I mean, I do know they board cats. I don't know of any other places that board cats, but that is a place that she could call. Some vets will board cats, but it probably would be more expensive.
Yeah, they're already staying in a motel for a while, and they can't have cats there. So
you could also, there are some people that do it that will come into your home, but I don't know if that would be an option for her.
Well, she doesn't have a home right now. That's the whole point. So
wait a minute. They're staying. Oh, I guess I missed the first part.
Yeah, they're staying at a hotel right now because they're in between
why is
houses.
that?
I'm not sure of the circumstances. They moved out. Their lease was up at their place that they were renting.
Oh, so they're homeless for a little bit.
Sort of, yes. And they got the cats, and she loves her cats, and she's not going to get rid of her cats. Not going to lose her cats. She's very adamant about that. And I really can't take them. I already have 3 cats, 2 dogs, So she asked me to check around and see. So told her I would. John, you're in the market to babysit 2 cats? No, I'm kidding.
That would be a negative. My golden doodle would think they're a toy and just be throwing them all around. So
yeah. Oh, breakfast. Well, breakfast and lunch. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be hard pressed for someone. I mean, like PAWS does not board cats.
No, right, right. I wasn't even expecting that. I just thought maybe with all your connections and
that would be a hard one, because especially when there's not a knowledge of how long it would be.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
This is a week ago, and she said probably a couple weeks. So that's why I said 3 weeks, probably 2 weeks left. So I don't know what she's been doing with him for the last week. I think I don't know. So
it's sad.
Well, it is kind of sad, but she's a good cat mom, and she's not going to let her babies get harmed in any way. And she's taking the responsible route, So, and I don't know about her family. I don't know her that well. I mean, she's a friend. She's a good friend. Okay. I've known her for a number of years. I don't know that much about her. So,
but anyway. That would, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's a hard question.
Yeah. Anyway,
I just finished watching my daughter's cat for a week while they were on vacation. So
yeah, well, that's a little different. That's family, and the cat, and the cat knows you, so a little bit different there. Anyway, all right. Well, I don't really have anything else left. Joann, anything you want to add to this wonderful conversation?
No, just a reminder of the golf outing coming up the end of July. We still need golfers.
Okay, Greg and I are planning on being there, and there will probably have a threesome. John, do you golf?
I landscape.
In other words, you dig up divots.
It's kind of fun because it's best ball.
Yeah.
So
when is it?
July
July
25th?
25th. It's a Monday. I think
Um,
it starts at 9. 9. I think it's 9. I don't see a brochure close. I should look for a brochure. Let me look
Tom,
for the
check with me
brochure.
on
So I
Monday.
can... Mondays are hard for some people.
No, Tom, check with me on Monday, and I'll let you know for sure.
On that Monday? Or this coming Monday?
No, just check with me on Monday. Give me a call on Monday, and I'll let you know.
All right, I will, because Greg and I are planning on being there, and I got another buddy named Joe that I play golf with every once in a while.
Oh, here
And
it
I play
is.
trivia with him as
Remember
well.
the love of animals. Monday, July 25th, 9:30 start. Lunch to follow the round of golf. Timber Point Golf Club, Poplar Grove. I don't know. I should turn it around so you can see it correctly.
Timber Point. How much are you backwards on that? I don't know. I can't tell.
Is it backwards?
I couldn't tell.
Oh.
How much is it, Joann? Is that the one that's $90 or it's
90 per golfer, $360 for a foursome.
That's the same thing. They're trying to
What do you
trick us.
mean? Oh, there's no bargain. I'm just
No.
reading from the brochure.
No bargain there, but that's okay. $90 is still pretty good.
Can you see it or is it backwards?
I'm pretty sure it's backwards. It's hard for me to see, but I think it doesn't matter.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I still can't read it. It's all good. Joann, if you want, you could take a picture of it and send it to me. Oh, there's
Okay.
Greg. He's back.
I was going to
Back
say, we
to
got
wrap
some
things
strange
up.
guy.
The timing
Greg is
of
back.
the timing
5
of the
minutes of the
rehearsal.
show.
We got a long ways to go, but as you can see behind me here, there's a break in the action where I'm out on the stage. But anyway, thanks for handling everything. You guys doing all right?
Oh yeah, we've had fun.
We missed the big number. I won.
Yeah.
I kind of figured Tom would take care of that.
No, I didn't actually, because
You
the
didn't.
problem
Okay.
is no, because I didn't. How am I going to ask the big number? I would automatically lose.
You would know the number.
I would know the number.
So that's how I won.
Yeah.
I won by default.
Well, next week should be a show as normal for me in the studio and the big number of the weekend and all that normal stuff. So, opening night, Hello Dolly is this Wednesday, as you've probably already mentioned. Shows are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and there is a matinee on Saturday, I believe, at 2:00. So your only chance to catch a matinee show of Hello Dolly is 2:00 on Saturday, 1 week from today. Otherwise, it's all night shows starting at 8:00. And then we're going to do this all again the first full week of August to wrap up the Starlight season worth waiting for season. So be sure and check out RBC Starlight online for all the ticket information. And we've been sharing that on our Facebook page as well. So any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
No, do you have a big number for us?
No, not this week.
Is the Little Mermaid showing again?
Yes. Little Mermaid, there's a week off for the 4th of July week here at Starlight Theater, and then the season starts all back over again. So after the 4th, July 4th, is July 4th a Wednesday or Tuesday this year? I forget.
It's a Monday.
The Monday.
It's a Monday.
Monday.
Oh,
It's a Monday.
okay. So
So
11,
the
12,
4th of
13.
July is that.
And I
And
believe
then
that
the
means
Little
July
Mermaid
13th.
starts the week after that.
Yeah, the week after that, Little Mermaid starts back up again. And then all 4 shows run a second time. So you got a chance to see all
Sounds
these great
great.
shows. If you missed Dreamgirls this week, you're going to want to see Dreamgirls next week. If you missed Disaster last week, you're going to want to see Disaster in July. So make sure and check out the Starlight, RVC Starlight page for all the ticket information. It's a season worth waiting for, and it's a lot of fun out here. So come on out. All right.
Starlight is always great.
It's always
Yep.
great. That's
Yep.
going to wrap things up for us this week. Remember, you change the world when you help one person, so be a blessing to someone this week. We'll try to do the same and meet you back here next week for another Saturday morning Stateline show. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, John.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Greg.
John.
Thank you,
Thanks, guys.
See you guys later.